Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money.
Hello there, welcome to another edition, a web package this time, and of course, the reprogram edition of Money Radio, reaching you on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Webo, and of course, it's been a long hiatus on this channel, but we are back now with a more robust package. My name is Winifred Webo, and of course, I have with me in the studio AGK. Thank you so much. AGK is an in-house analyst.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, on the first segment of the program today, we are going to be reviewing national economy, stable, another stable on Leadership Media Group. National economy is a business paper, and of course, weekly too. So let's quickly take the headline story for this week. National economy says, KOGI Imo BAYELSA polls, poverty-induced vote buying, dangerous trend, according to observers. KOGI Imo BAYELSA polls, poverty-induced vote buying, dangerous trend, according to observers. And of course, we have a picture or graphic illustration there behind the headline story of votes being exchanged for cash. Besides that, we have other leading stories on this weekly national economy. We have ensuring debit card safety growth. The story continues on page 15 of national economy, and still up stories about the man's head strengthening Nigeria's extension services delivery for regenerative agriculture. All second elections, hotels, orders, record boom in business. The story continues on page 20 of this week's national economy. Let's quickly move to page 3 of national economy for the editorial. And of course, the editorial this week says, unraveling the tapestry of violence in Nigeria. Unraveling the tapestry of violence in Nigeria. And of course, the back page 2 analyst says, Nigeria's inflation challenge, CBN's role in the short and long run. Nigeria's inflation challenge, CBN's role in the short and long run. These are some of the headline stories on this week's national economy. And now back to our in-house analyst, AGK. AGK, what do you have to say about these obsequious elections that just took place on Saturday, 2 days ago at KOGI Imo BAYELSA polls? Of course, there were reports that many voters were induced with cash.
I think it's an obvious fact. We don't even need to be told, because the level of poverty in the country is currently very high, and elections have proven over time that it's not the best way of choosing our leaders. We have had experience, especially in the past election,
yes,
where the masses were clamoring for a particular candidate. At the end of the day, a particular one won, and nothing happened. So people have come to understand that whether we vote or not, our votes seem not to be counting. So why not collect the cash and feed yourself for the meantime and sell the votes? Because when people lose this faith in, when you lose faith in something, you tend to sell it for anything. That is exactly what is happening. A voter in KOGI State. KOGI State is one of the poorest states in Nigeria. Minority state. Everything you pick about negative is happening there. And you give the person 5,000 for a vote. They will gladly give you the vote.
We heard that even as little as 3,000 naira was given for votes.
Of course. What do you have to say about BAYELSA? What do you have to say about Imo? You have options. It's either you even collect the money, or you have either security agencies or maybe thugs come to beat you up and collect even the vote, or stop you from voting or anything. Logically, what would you do? It's just a mindset of the poor. That is, it's not a typical situation, but that is our fact in Nigeria now.
No, but Ejiko, like this headline story says, is that not a dangerous trend for democracy, which we are trying to nurture? Because it's a situation whereby
it has become, it's not, I don't think it's a dangerous, it's a problem already. I don't think it's a trend. It has continued for a while. We are sounding it as if it just happened. It didn't just happen. It has become a normal thing now. Now we have moved to a level where the poverty has even grown high again. So there is this tendency that people will be induced,
more and more,
especially when the situation does not improve. You have more people losing their jobs. Fuel is very expensive. Everything is very expensive. You don't even have money to feed your family. You can't do anything. So, and you have opportunity. One weekend they say it's for election, and you know you're going to make small change. People will just easily sell their vote and remain at home, or vote for whoever they want to vote and go home. Because at the end of the day, what's the guarantee that if you vote for candidate A, the candidate A will be announced the winner? There is no guarantee. So people are we are resolving that, okay, well, instead of losing out totally, let me just grab anything that I see, 3,000.
And sell it in 4 years.
What can 3,000 do for you now? 3,000 cannot buy food for you well.
Right.
If you have a family of 2, 3,000 cannot feed you again with the current reality. But in the situation we are, and it's a very bad trend. I am no longer saying it as a trend, it's a problem of it.
Yeah, just like what you said, it's a problem already. Now,
It's not
I
gone to
ask,
the north.
what is the way forward?
Okay. The way forward
No,
is,
before you just talked on the way forward, you were making a
we've
statement.
not gone to the north, where we have if you have election in the north, it will be worse. Because the poverty in places like Castina, KB and Co is high.
It's endemic.
It's endemic already. So if you have election there, you will not even need 3,000. With 1,000, you can buy the votes. So we are just talking about KOGI, Imo, and Bayelsa, three states. So we go to the next general election with the situation, except the situation improves. If it doesn't improve, by the next general election, we are going to have a worse situation. People will say they are vote for 1,000.
Many people are calling for the dismantling of INEC. Do you share in that thought?
I honestly believe that INEC has failed us. I think because we had problems. You talk about being VMAS or something, like the electrical used for capturing. They said they will send the result electronically. They will do this, they will do that. They made a lot of promises before last general elections, 2023 general election. At the end of the day, it was characterized by a lot of problems. Now they say, okay, give us this governorship election. We'll prove you wrong. What has happened? Look at Imo State. Imo State took about 3 days to announce a result of governorship election. No, Bayelsa State.
Yes.
Bayelsa State. Imo State, at least Imo State was fast. Bayelsa State, 3 days. As if you're announcing presidential election. Just for a state that, how many are there? The voters, how many are there? So we are not improving. And I think INEC should be totally disbanded, reformed with good agenda. But is it possible? I don't believe it's possible. Because the same government that is currently heading the country benefited from the problems. So I don't see anything happening.
But what actually went wrong? Because with the Electoral Act 2021, we had Nigerians thought, oh, this is the best electoral paper, legal paper that one could ever have. But many people are unprepared for the outcomes of this election.
Electoral Act, I think the Electoral Act, lawyers played a fast one on this, because part of the Electoral Act is that we were meant to believe that, let me even use that electronic transmission. That would have solved a lot of problems. That means from your polling unit, you can send the results. You don't need to say you are writing anything for anybody to change. At the end of the day, you just finish, you just record it, you send it, and you send it. The person at the national or whoever captures it there, and just collate it there. But now you need to put it in the paper, and that leads us to what we had the KOGI, where some result sheets were already written before the election.
So and that is just what baffles many Nigerians, because in INEC, when they reacted to that peddling of results, and they said they were discounting it, they were going to investigate. But at the end of the day, what happened was that it was the same result that they uploaded.
And they announced the winner. What are you saying that you're going to address it, you're going to do this, and you have announced the winner? So which means you're telling the people go to court when you already have a winner. You would have said, okay, election suspended until we address that problem. But you didn't do that. You have a situation where you have serious problem. They brought out a result sheet. We saw it all over the social media. Written, announcing somebody as a winner already when the election has not taken place. You would have cancelled the election there and then. That's the mistake that Jonathan made. And I think that's why we are here where we are. Jonathan, they used Tom Printy. There's something they used then, I can't remember, 2019, where you capture your finger before you vote. Jonathan went for the thing, and the thing rejected his finger. As a president, he would have cancelled that election immediately. I said, INEC, since this thing can reject my finger,
finger,
a lot of people will disenfranchise. Jonathan allowed it to pass. Until today, we are allowing everything to pass. That's why the KOGI one, you had result sheets already written, and you didn't cancel, and you allowed it to pass, and at the end, they announced winner.
Now, like I asked before, what is the way forward?
The way forward is for if the president, if you have government and only power to address it, you just need total rejigging of all the sectors, from the INEC to even the Electoral Act. We have a proper one that we can understand, not the one that tomorrow they will interpret it another way. We have then even down to the presidency. We just need a sincere act from the president that will address these challenges. Is it going to happen? I doubt it. When we had president like Yaradua, late Yaradua, he was one of the persons that showed that he was ready. He came in, he said, I know the election that brought me in had flaws. Yes. Let's address it. It shows that, okay, I accept. But what we're having now is that the president will enter and say, I have won election. Any challenge you have, go to court. That means you're not ready to address it. It's a difficult situation, and it will be very hard for us to address it.
Well, that is an unfortunate scenario. But with that, we end the segment of the show, Money Radio, where we discuss front headline stories on our stable national economy. But don't go away, we still have more coming as we continue in this program, Money Radio. Stay tuned. Us to retrieve these funds is all to no avail. AJK, what is actually happening? Apart from having foreign airlines trapped funds, about $800 million trapped in CBN, domestic airlines too are also grappling with that issue. What is actually happening?
You know, I'm happy with this report because we have always focused on the foreign airlines trapped fund, forgetting that Nigerian airlines are having the same challenge.
Yes.
It's true they are from Nigeria, they are operating in Nigeria, but they need all the maintenance about an aircraft is done abroad. They need dollars for that.
Yes.
So what is happening now is that our major airlines are having issues with accessing the dollars to maintain their aircraft abroad. Now, Airpeace is, of course, one of the biggest airlines in Nigeria. And Airpeace is the major person that this thing is affecting. It has about $25 million throughout. Airpeace have been participating in a lot of operations in Nigeria. Hajj is one of them, and a lot of operations. And they make money in Naira. They save it up in Nigeria. They give to CBN to change to dollars. CBN don't have dollars to give. CBN dollars are going into a lot of things: education, manufacturing, importation, all those things. Now, local airlines are also crying out that even though you're looking at the international airlines, look at our problems.
Yes. Charity should start at home.
Yes, as a matter of fact, this was one of the major problems that Airline Operators Association had with the former ministers. His focus was, though he tried to arrange some things for them, but his focus about this staff fund was on international airlines, forgetting the local airline. Now, which means, let me explain this thing in details, why they're having this issue of trapped. CBN rate of dollar exchange now is about 800 and something now.
Okay, compared to black market.
Black market is 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Keep fluctuating. Now, what they do is that international airline, according to IATA, international organization that handles airline operations, you operate in a country, you use the CBN rate of that country to exchange your money and take it out. Now, some of these airlines have done their own. They have naira equivalent, about 50 billion naira. What they need to do is that, okay, we want to go and maintain our aircraft abroad. There are durations to use aircraft to go abroad to maintain it. So, give us dollars equivalent to this at that 800 something naira rate. If you allow them to go to the black market, they are going to buy it at an expensive rate, and which means they are going to lose a lot of money. So that is why we are having this issue of trap. Now, what the former government was doing is that even though they try to address the falling one, but the local ones, they say source your money within the bureau de change and go. You are exposing them to a lot of loss. And this increment in airfares and all these things are basically done by international airlines. They are the one doing the most. From here to London, it's ×3 of what you fly from Accra, Ghana to London. Why? Because Nigerian system, if you talk, then the former minister will tell you that because Nigerians like to travel, we have a lot of passengers, so that's why they are good. But these guys were exploiting us.
But why? My take is this, AGK, is that why doesn't the the CBN prioritize these foreign forests? Because a report that came out yesterday said, no, I think today said that education stops foreign forests in terms of education tourism. That's right, for considering the number of Nigerians that are actually schooling in the US now.
See,
why doesn't the CBN prioritize?
It's the priority of the country. It's not the CBN. Because the priority of the country as presidency is what the CBN will implement. They focus more on people who want to go and study.
Yes.
So they make the funds available at their rate.
And even medical tourism.
And medical, which is wrong. I don't believe that one should. But you know, when you do now, they will say health issues. If you can afford to go abroad, you should also afford to go to Bureau de Change and buy your dollars.
Yes.
It shouldn't be because the poor people are not enjoying that.
I agree with that.
So why would you give them money when they can afford to go abroad? Why our hospitals are suffering?
Yes.
So that medical one, I'm not supporting it. But the education one, you can understand that. You want to.
It's the same thing. There are so many universities in the country.
That's even another problem.
Just like what you said, if you can afford to go outside the shores of the country, why not go and buy it for your forest?
So that is the thing. But if you talk about that, you also talk about airlines, a private business.
Okay.
All these airlines are all my private people. It's not government business. So if you use that logic, you also tell them that why not you to go and search for your money. So you see, a country will choose what to prioritize according to their own belief. They prioritize it. Normally, Nigeria shouldn't be talking about that. We should be talking about encouraging. If you want to bring somebody to something to manufacture, we give you dollar. Something that will bring our manufacturing here. But we are just losing our focus talking about education. It's big man children that can go to abroad.
Exactly.
Talking about medical therapy. Somebody has money that will go to abroad. So what is this thing? We are just, personally, I think our priority is we are placing it at the wrong thing. It shouldn't be. It should be something that will encourage production in Nigeria. When you have enough production here, you export it to get more dollars. Rather than you giving somebody money to go abroad and go to school or go for medical tourism or this thing.
So I want to find out from you, what is the government actually doing to solve these challenges? Because we've been hearing, we promises upon promises, so much so that UAE cancelled this flight since early this year or not, and nothing has been resolved. So what is the government
I think
doing about it?
They are releasing the funds gradually. They started with the foreign one. That's why I say I'm happy with this result. which is focusing on the local airlines. They are releasing it gradually. You know, before it used to be very high. I think they released about $200 million. They are releasing it gradually. But you also understand our challenge. We don't have dollars. It's a major problem in Nigeria.
Yes, it is.
So it's not as if they have it and they are not releasing it. So it's now when you have little, and we are not even getting, because the oil is not as if we are exporting to get. We are taking out crude to bring out refined water. The business is just messed up. So we are not having enough dollars to use. So this problem, the way I'm seeing it, it's going to continue for a while. Most of them, what they rely on, how they are surviving the airlines, is that most of the foreign ones that come, the local money they make, they use it to do local business. They maybe money they source from other countries, they use it for their international business. That's how they are surviving. If not, if they depend solely on Nigerian foreign exchange to get dollar, they will not survive. Even the local airlines, they are also sourcing money abroad.
No, but I want to find out from you, what is the implication for these Nigerian airlines travelers?
The implication is that very soon we are going to have so many airlines grounded. Because when you don't have money to do maintenance, you are not Epis. Epis has a lot of, they can afford to, Epis, I think they flew about 25 for maintenance once or 13. They can do that. Some airlines don't have up to 7 planes in their fleet. So if 2 or 3 are down for maintenance, and you can't afford to go and do it, it then means very soon all of them are going to be down, and the airline will fall. A lot of businesses will close up if you don't address this issue head on. So I think the way forward is for you to refocus, federal government to focus on also giving these local airlines their dollars, equivalent of their naira, so that they can be able to do this business, maintain their aircraft, and also be in business. If not, it's going to become a problem in the future. And a lot of them will close down. Or alternatively, the price of airfares will go high. Because if they start going to really change, they are going to put it on the customers, on the passengers.
Who will bear the brunt of it?
Of course. Of course.
Well, so far so good. We've actually come to the end of today's repackaged, rich program, Morning Radio, reaching you on Leadership Television. With me in the studio has been an in-house guest, AGK. AGK, is a pleasure to have you on today's program. And I look forward to seeing you some other time when we are talking aviation. And until I come your way again, same time, same station, I'm Winnie for the Webber. Wishing you a beautiful week ahead. Bye.